Hello friends, welcome to our channel Organized by Darci, where simplicity and elegance is the norm. Today I'm really excited to share with you the tips on how to maintain a clean and organized home. Now we're actually in week 4 right now, and if you recall, weeks 1 and 2 we did 3 tips each week. Last week was week 3 and we did 6 tips of how to maintain a clean and organized kitchen. Today we're going to be doing 6 more tips of how to maintain a clean and organized kitchen. That means we'll be doing 12 tips for the kitchen. So let's get started on the kitchen right now. Follow me. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Darci and I do weekly organizational videos. I'd love for you to stick around, watch some of the other videos. I'm sure you'd love them. I certainly love organizing my home, and I'm sure you do too. So let's get started. Welcome to our kitchen. Today we are on week 4 of the 7-week series of how to maintain a clean and organized home. You'll recall weeks number 1 and 2, we went through 3 tips each week. And last week was week number 3 and we did 6 tips, but it was mainly tips for the kitchen. Today we're doing 6 more tips for the kitchen. So we're up to 12 tips right now. And now we're going to be doing tips number 13 through 18 of how to maintain a clean and organized home. Tip number 13 through 18 is all going to be about the kitchen. So let's get started with tip number 13. Tip number 13 is to put likes with likes. So everything in the same category goes together. Tip number 14 is to use Lazy Susan. We have Lazy Susan all over the house. We have it in the breakfast area here to keep our breakfast items on. The candle and the lighter are on is Lazy Susan as well. Our fruit basket is also on a Lazy Susan. There's also a Lazy Susan on the kitchen table. And if that was not enough, we made our own Lazy Susan. So this is 2 cake tins with marbles in between, one on top of the other. Becomes its own Lazy Susan. So of course, you can tell that I do like my Lazy Susans. Tip number 15 is to label your items. And so this is just at the breakfast area, and we label our breakfast cereal, but also it's on a Lazy Susan. And the thing that I like about this type of labeling, which is using the Sharpie, is that when the containers are empty, all I have to do is just wash them and change the writing. Whereas you can see here when I was using this other label, each time I had to change something in one of the containers, I had to change a label, and that was not a good idea. So I started to use the Sharpie, which works out so much better in labeling everything. So I like using the Sharpie, and I use it on all the bottles as well. Tip number 16 is to change the lids on your mason jars. These I just took from my refrigerator, and they're on the Lazy Susan as well. But all I did was purchase at Walmart the lids, and so everything looks really neat and organized because all the lids are the same color. And of course, these keep so much cleaner than the regular lids that come with the mason jars. I think you can purchase like a pack of 10 or so, and it's just a couple dollars, I think. But I always have the extra mason jar covers as opposed to the ones that you actually purchase with the mason jar. Tip number 17 is to hide the cords from your iPads, iPhone, your Google Assistant, or whatever you have plugged in on the counter. So what we have is this basket here that we just put through the cord through the side here, or the other side for that matter, and then the counter doesn't look as crowded. And another thing that I do is when I have to keep my mixer out, I have on the back of the mixer a command hook which I use to wrap the cord around so that it doesn't show up when I have to keep the mixer out on the counter. I try not to, but if I'm going to be using it for several days, then I make sure that it's always looks neat and organized on the counter. Tip number 18 is to use your vertical space. I have cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling, but some homes or some kitchens, there is also extra space above the cabinets. If you have that, you definitely want to use those either to put floral arrangements or any type of decorative item in the space, because it makes a difference in having an organized kitchen. Because you stayed to the end, I wanted to share with you a bonus tip. And so my bonus tip for you is to leave the kitchen much better than the way you saw it when you came in. So at the end of the night, make sure it's nice and clean and so much nicer than the way when you came in first to prepare the meal. So next week will be week number 5, and we'll be doing 3 tips for maintaining a clean and organized home. That will be tips number 19, 20, and 21. And it has to do with laundry, so you absolutely want to come back for that. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you'll take the time, of course, to subscribe to my channel. That is, if you have not already done so. And if you have, as usual, I want to say a special thanks to you. I am always so appreciative of your support. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time in our next video. Goodbye, and of course, good luck.